Still Mills, what's the deal, man? Yo, big game, man. I haven't done a video about it yet, man, but I want to talk about Jose Zepeda, man, and why you can, man, dude. Was that, I don't know if it was last year or earlier this year, that fucking slugfest and just a war that he had with Ivan Baranchyk, fight of the year candidate, man. That was incredible. You know, that's the type of fight that the casuals expect to see every time they turn on a boxing match. Because that, I mean, a lot of the diehard boxing fans, they, you know, we're connoisseurs of the sport, so we can really appreciate somebody breaking somebody down. But sometimes you do want to see somebody just go up in there and just get crashed and just, you want to see that. You most definitely want to see that, man, and they most definitely delivered on that and some, man. So for everybody to, I mean, for him to come off of a fight like that and then go into a Hank Lundy fight. Now, what a lot of people don't realize with the Hank Lundy fight is Hank Lundy was a replacement. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that we're talking about Sergey Lipinets coming back down from 147 to, you know, to super lightweight. And I'm like, you know, whatever. I think it is Sergey Lipinets. If I'm not mistaken, it's Sergey Lipinets. Or if it wasn't Sergey Lipinets, it was somebody else. But I know Hank Lundy was a last-minute replacement. Like 3 weeks out from the fight, they brung in Hank Lundy, and Hank Lundy kind of threw a monkey wrench in the game plan. And it kind of just, you know, it just, you know, he looked the way that he looked. But off of that fight right there, a lot of people were saying that he's shot. Like he left something in the ring when he climbed from between them ropes against Ivan Baranchyk. He left a piece of him in that ring that he'll never gain back. That was the general consensus surrounding, you know, Jose Zepeda after the Hank Lundy fight. After the Hank Lundy fight, because everybody was still high off of the performance that he gave with Ivan Baranchyk. So he goes into the Hank Lundy fight, and it's like, all right, word, you know, like he should go in here and crash Hank Lundy. Who the fuck is Hank Lundy? That nigga old. And Hank Lundy really was putting on a, you know, giving him work in the middle of the ring, controlling real estate and everything, man. You know, landing long range, distant shots. I'm like, what? Looping shots. I'm like, what is going on with Jose Zepeda? What the fuck is going on? And yeah, a lot of people were thinking, yeah, he's done. So you get through those 2 fights, and then you go into a, you know, a Josue Vargas fight, and Josue is just really talking nice to him and just, you know, barking at that nigga. You dig, yada yada yada. You just really talking real slick to him, and you know, they have a little, you know, they mix at the press conference, they entourages and everything, and they just, you know, they got a little lit at the press conference. And you don't really know what to expect. I think you was expecting, all right, I remember it was a dude from LA. Well, he's from Milwaukee, but he lives in LA now. And he's always, you know, taking his little pot shots at boxing. And we were all, you know, we would always have our little back and forths or whatever, man. That shit would just piss me off. And he's in the mind state that a mixed martial artist can compete with a boxer, you know, either a prospect or a contender, and even to a point a champion. So I remember he ran down a whole bunch of fights that Israel Adesanya had in the square, and he was winning these fights, and these fighters had multiple fights up under their belt. But the thing was, a lot of them had more losses than win. They had upside down records, and they were advanced in age as well. And because I remember, I don't remember, I wasn't watching boxing at that time, but Miguel Cotto got in the ring with like 9 fights, and he fought a dude who was like, he had like 40 plus fights. And that was an indication that, yeah, homeboy is done. You dig? They're using you as a sacrificial lamb. You know what I'm saying? You the combo dummy to kind of enhance somebody's resume and patent their stats. That's, I think, is what they kind of tried to turn Jose Zepeda into. The sacrificial lamb, the litmus test, the gatekeeper. If you can get past, so Jose Zepeda will consider you for more stiffer competition. And it just, I guess he wasn't having it. I mean, and East Coast, West Coast rivalry. You know, he's from LBC, he's from LA. Josue Vargas is from the Bronx. Mexico versus Puerto Rican rivalry. You dig? It was a lot of different elements in that fight that led up to it being, you know, being as drastic and as climatic as it turned out to be, man. I think it was a damn good performance, man. It was a short performance, but it was a most definitely it was an impressive win. More than an impressive win. More than an impressive win, man. I think he went in there, he did what it did. I think, like I said, man, sometimes you know, a nigga just ain't gonna go in there and lay down, man. They know their back is against the wall, the world is against them, so they like, fuck it. That Gabe Rosado shit. I'm not about to let y'all use me as a fucking doormat to the rest of the division. No. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And he didn't have it, you dig? He was like Robin Harris off Baby's Kids. He ain't having it. And he went in there and, you know, outlined dude in chalk in 2 minutes. That should be commended, man. So, you know, Jose Zepeda, man, get that man a title shot, man. Line him up with Josh Taylor. At the very least, Ramirez. Hold up, nah, Ramirez, I think, yeah, Ramirez is locked in with Pedraza. So that fight isn't gonna happen, you know, in the near future. But give that man his title shot, man. You know, get him in there with Josh Taylor. Get him in there, man. That shit is wild disrespectful how they did that, man. And for him to do what it is that he did, like, people don't understand how big of a deal that is. You know, somebody's an up and comer, yeah, most definitely, man. But you catch him early, Erickson Lubin and Jermell Charlo. Like, yo, bro, like, hey. You know, disrespect the OGs, you dig? And he disrespected the OG right there, man. And all that barking and shit, man. Look, all that slick shit bought you a first-class ticket to Lucifer. Real name Christopher. So I think he's deserving of a title shot after that, man. You know, put some respect on that man's name. Put some respect on his name. Get that man a title shot, man. Good win to Jose Zepeda. Josue Vargas, keep your head up. You'll bounce back. You know, shit happens. You know, keep your head up. You be alright. Unless you saying nigga. If you want to avoid equals, you be saying nigga, I can't fuck with you. Y'all know my angle on that, man. But that's how I'm rocking, man. Peace.